Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Always down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I'm wearing my a la 1990s Claire's choker necklace. And I hope everybody's doing well. The dog was just in here. The dog leaves tomorrow. This is last night. And he was just in here. He saw me on the screen. And I said, "Oh, who's that?" And he started barking at me. And I'm like, "Ouch. That's me, dumbass." Anyways, he's now left, which is great. We are going to watch a hearing today that is from Judge Baker in Texas. She doesn't like it when I record these videos, I can tell, but it's the way that it be. And this case is interesting. I gave a little bit of it away in the title, but it's also just interesting to hear. So, without further ado, what I'm going to do is get us
We are live on the record.
on, Judge. I think I would feel better here. Yeah, I think that'll work best. Let's get going.
And cause number 24FD0765. And this is an original petition and suit affecting the parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. All parties are on Zoom today, and this is a remote proceeding. I am sitting outside of Galveston County pursuant to the Texas Family Code, section 201.1045, and I find that nobody has filed any objection to proceeding in this manner. Mr. Chavez, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Joselito Chavez.
And sir, are you driving right now?
No, I'm parked already.
Are you sure? Because you're looking out the window and it looks like there's movement.
Yeah.
I just want to be sure you're safe.
No, I'm parked. Yeah, no, I was driving by parked where I'm at.
And Ms. Chavez, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Joselito Chavez.
I'm sorry, Ms. Chavez, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Yeah, Carla Isabel Chavez Martinez.
Sir, do you need a moment to park? It looks like you're moving your wheel.
No, I'm parked.
You can
I'm
get
at
your
work, but I'm
camera
parked.
so it's situated and you're looking at it. That would be great. Okay, and Ms. Young Fleeton, can you state your name for the record, please?
Kelsiania Young Fleeton.
Okay, can you all please raise your right hands? Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
I do.
Thank
I
you. You
do.
may lower your hands. And counsel for the Attorney General's office.
Here, Better Information. I represent the state.
Okay, and I guess this is a contested hearing.
Mostly, Your Honor. We have a few agreements.
Okay, so there's some housekeeping items. Before we begin, I am an associate judge, so you have the right to a de novo hearing before the referring court regarding any decisions I make. I want to stress to everybody that audio, video recording, photographing, or broadcasting of this court proceeding is prohibited. Nobody should be doing that, whether you are on Zoom or whether you are watching this on YouTube. Also, please note that even though you're on devices, this is court and we treat it as such. Everyone should use appropriate language. act accordingly. We typically take testimony in court where one person is asked questions at a time by the Assistant Attorney General. If you're not the person being asked questions, unless you have a legal objection, please don't interrupt the other person or answer for them. Obviously, there's things you don't agree on, which is why you're here, but just wait till it's your turn to be asked questions to explain your side. It's not a discussion between the two of you. Wait till it's your turn to be asked questions. And lastly, I'm not with the Attorney General's office, so be aware. I'm sure you've spoken to them about a lot of things and given them information. Be aware I don't have access to any of that and I'm not supposed to. So be patient. You might be asked a question that you just explained in the back, but just know I'm the person ultimately making the decision in your case and I did not hear the answer, nor did I hear the question the first time. So just be patient with the process and please answer fully to the best of your ability so that I can make a good decision in your case. And you may begin. Mr. Dickermasian, what are the agreements that everyone has?
Your Honor, there are two agreements. The parties have agreed on joint managing conservatorship and that the possession access be standard possession order. And may I call Ms. Carla Chaidez?
Yes.
Call her.
Miss Carla Chaidez, can you state your name for the record?
Carla Isabel Martinez.
Okay.
Chaidez.
Ms. Chaidez, did you hear and understand the two agreements that I read into the record?
Yes, sir.
And then you're in agreement with those two, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. State calls. Go. I'm sorry. Were you going to say something, ma'am?
Yes. Which one are those? I'm sorry. Just to make sure that I understood right.
Joint managing conservatorship is where both parents make important decisions for the children. And you said you were in
Yes.
agreement with that. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And then possession access is you said you agreed to the standard possession order.
And
Where-
that one.
I can summarize. It's basically the first, third, fifth weekend, every Thursday during the school year,
Oh,
every
yeah,
other
yes.
holiday, and 30 days in the summer. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
State calls Mr. Chaidez. Ms. Chaidez, Mr. Chaidez, can you state your name for the record?
Joselito Chaidez.
And sir, did you hear or understand what I just read into the record about those two
Yes, sir.
agreements?
The joint conservatorship, that's 50-50 on the kids, correct? I mean, equal rights on both parties?
Joint managing conservatorship is where both parents make decisions for the children together. Important decisions like education, medical, dental, and you're in agreement as to that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you're in agreement as to the standard possession order regarding visitation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I do got a question on the first one, conservatorship. What if one party don't agree and the other party does agree? How would that play out or work out?
Well, sir, I'll ask you questions during trial. Let me.
Okay.
Okay, before we go any further, I just want to make sure everyone understands, Mr. Dickermasian, what's going on. This is a hearing. You're not required to make agreements. If you make agreements, that's fine. If you don't make agreements, that's fine too. But this is a hearing, so if you don't agree, you present evidence and I make the decision as the judge.
Okay, I
also
understand.
Clear, Mr. Chaidez, but nothing you just agreed to is a 50-50, whatever 50-50 means in your head. But it is not. So I just want to make sure you fully realize what you are or are not agreeing to.
Okay, understood.
You may continue, Mr. Dickermasian.
Okay. Just to be clear, Mr. Chaidez, are you saying you're in agreement as to the joint managing conservatorship and the
Yes,
standard
sir.
possession order?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, the state calls Miss Shanae Fleeton. Ms. Fleeton, can you state your name for the record?
Tosiana Shanae Young Fleeton,
And where are you employed, ma'am?
the Office of the Attorney General,
And how long have you been working there?
17 years.
Okay. And what's your position there?
I'm a child support officer.
And what is the nature and your responsibilities as a child support officer?
To calculate child support, medical support, and dental support, and retroactive child support, medical support, and dental support.
Okay, and have you done that here, ma'am?
Yes, I have.
And
Mark, we missed you. Oh my goodness gracious, look at you. I hope your trip went well and thank you so much. Do. Seriously, I hope you had a good trip. Wow, 20 more members. I had a weird fucking feeling there that today was Friday. It's Monday, right? We have a whole week until members only. We just did it yesterday. My brain is not working. Thank you, Mark. I so appreciate that. Wow. Wow. Also, this is off to a weird start, this hearing. They seem to agree, but do they agree? That's the question. Was he driving? I think he was. He was just telling a little fib, a little white lie fib, if you will. Also, I like the lawyer for the Attorney General's background there. I cannot say his last name. No offense meant, just terribly difficult last name. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. We missed you, but glad that you're back. And honestly, I'm not gonna jinx it, but tonight seems to be working a little better than last night.
what were your child support calculation findings, ma'am?
For child support, we have the gross income at $12,281 per month. There are no union dues. The health insurance is $929 per month. There are two children that are on this case. One child that lives in the Mr. Joseleto's household. The adjusted net is $8,336.86. The percentage is 17.5, and the proposed child support is $1,875.
And ma'am, have you calculated the retro in this case as well?
Yes, I have. And the retro is for the year of 2020. The gross $9,622, net $7,448 for 5 months at $1,675 by 17.5% for a total of $8,375. For 2021, it is based on minimum wage. $12.5667, net $11.5654 for 12 months at $260 a month by 17.5%, $3,120. For 2022, $12,282, net $92.66 for 12 months at $20.70 a month at 17.5%, $24,840. 2023, $14,512, net $10,819 for 12 months at $2,070 by 17.5%, $24,840. And for 2024, $12,281, net $8,336 for 7 months at $1,875 a month by 17.5%, $13,125 for a subtotal of $74,300. Mom gave a credit of $550 for a total of $73,750.
Your Honor, the both Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2 respectively have been emailed to both parties before this hearing. And And I would like to offer this as Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2 based on Ms. Fleeton's testimony.
Does anyone have any objection to Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2 being admitted into evidence?
No, I'm okay with that.
Mr. Chavez?
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Yes, honestly, yeah, I accept whatever. I agree.
Okay, so you're agreeing to this being admitted into evidence? Okay. I
So
see
the,
Exhibit 1 or states Exhibit 1, I see. And then there's two other, what got submitted to me was two different documents that talk about retro calculation. Which one are you requesting I admit into evidence?
The second one, Your Honor, the one that also has the minimum wage in 2021, I believe.
The names don't reflect that.
How do you go from making 14 grand a month to minimum wage to back up to 12 or 14 grand a month? Reported taxed income. Also, you think that if you worked somewhere where you got paid that much money, like in Canada, if you work somewhere where you get paid that much money, you can bet your bottom dollar you don't pay for health insurance. One of the perks that they offered you is covering whatever premium might pop up or something like that. It's just sort of like a thing. Oh, and vacation time too. But it just seems so weird to me, like $900 a month when you're making like almost $200,000 a year.
Okay. So you think it's the second one you submitted?
The second one.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chavez, were you saying something before I officially admitted these?
no, ma'am.
Okay, they are admitted.
Your Honor, may Ms. Fleeton be excused, ma'am?
Give me one moment. Admitting them. And then does Ms. Chavez, do you have any questions for Ms. Young-Fleeton?
Oh, no, ma'am. Okay.
And Mr. Chavez, do you have any questions for Ms. Young-Fleeton?
No, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Young-Fleeton, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The state recalls Ms. Chaidez.
Yes.
Ms. Chaidez, who are what are the names of your kids?
Kendra Desiree Chaidez and Kayla Paisea Chaidez,
And how old are they? Respectively.
13 years old.
Okay. What are their birthdays?
June 26, 2011.
Okay. So they're twins.
Yes, yes, sir.
Ma'am, do you have medical and dental insurance on the children?
Yes.
Okay. And how much is that costing you?
It costs a month,
A month, yes, ma'am.
635.45.
Wait, they both have insurance? Are you telling me that you're paying 635 for insurance and then he's paying 900 and something for insurance? These kids better get to see the doctor and get everything you could imagine. Because that is just fucked up to me. Super weird. But responsible parents, both of them have them covered, I guess.
Is that for the medical?
Yes, for the medical. For the
And how-
dentist, is 18.57 a month.
Okay. Now, Ma'am, do you have any safety concerns?
Before you,
Um,
that, can you clarify, is that the cost for just the two children or?
yes, just the two children.
So you're not including yourself or anyone else possibly on this plan?
No.
Okay, you may continue.
Ma'am, do you have any safety concerns? Let me strike that. Ma'am, do you have any safety concerns that Mr. Chaidez would know your address?
I prefer not to him to know my address.
Okay. And then why is that?
Because whenever I live in my other apartment, he kept on passing by and he used to stand right in front of my apartment, just right, like kind of trying to intimidate me. And the kids got scared.
Okay. Did you ever call the police?
One time.
What time frame are we talking, Mr. Dehamian?
When did this occur?
Like 2 years ago. I'm not sure the date exact, but it was 2022.
So this incident happened 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago.
Yes. He used to go and then I moved apartments due to the same reason.
Okay. So does he know where you live now?
No.
For your safety, you want to keep it that way?
For your safety, Vince, thank you for telling me about your time of the month. Do. Bam.
Yes. I
Has he-
will prefer.
Okay. And has he had a visitation with the children in the last 2 years?
A few times. Yeah.
And where would that visitation take place? Where would he pick up the children?
One time on their birthday last year, he picked them up at the apartment where I was living in the front. And then I believe that other times we made up on Walmart in Pasadena.
Okay. Now, if the judge gives you a non-disclosure, where would you want the pickup and drop off to be?
I will prefer a public parking lot. I will probably pick chicken and pickle. It is very in the parking lot. It's not too far from him since he lives in Pasadena, and it wouldn't be far from me
And
either.
where's this chicken and pickle?
It's in Webster, Texas.
Okay.
So I thought this was a restaurant, a chicken and pickle restaurant. I've heard of stranger restaurants in Estados Unidos, IMB. But I looked it up and it's a pickleball place that I believe also serves chicken. There's a new pickleball place that opened up down the street from me at the mall. Or uptown, as they call it. Pickleball is very contentious around here because it's loud, I guess. And where there's so many old people that live here and love to complain about shit, but then there's a lot of old people that want to play pickleball. It's a crazy fight right now. Anyways, so I think that this is a pickleball place, and I'm just gonna say it. I don't think the judge is a pickleball fan. Okay. Don't shit on the pickleball parade.
And I live in Lake City, Texas.
Okay. Now, are you requesting that your geography where you live to be Galveston and contiguous counties?
Yes.
Okay. And when you communicate with the other party, how do you communicate?
Through text.
Did
Through text
you
or phone calls.
Is it, do you want to keep doing that, or did you want another type of median, like a app close?
I will prefer the app. That way it can be like not, it won't be no miscommunication or misunderstandings.
Okay. Your Honor, the state calls Mr. Chaidez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chaidez, who lives in your, do you have a child that lives in your household, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this gave me a bit of a shock earlier. This child is handicapped and he uses an archaic term about this. Please beware.
Okay, and how old is this child?
He's 25.
Okay. And is the child disabled?
Yes, sir. He's mentally retarded.
Okay, and you're asking this court to give you credit in a calculation for child support because he needs full-time care, even
Yes,
though
sir.
he's an adult.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you have another child outside this case that you are on child support for, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Bruh.
Now, sir, you have a copy of the retro calc and you heard testimony as to the retro calc. How much monies have you given her since y'all's separation?
I mean, I don't have a enclosed amount.
Do you have an average?
For the last 4 years.
When did you all separate?
August 2020.
Ma'am, that question is not directed to you. You're not on the
Oh,
stand.
I'm
And no
so
one asked you
sorry.
that question when you were on the stand.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. Mr. Chavez, when did you all separate?
3 years ago.
Do you know about when?
August.
So August of 2021?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You can continue, Mr. Dehmasian.
Sir, from August 2021 to present, how much have you given the other party financially? How much monies have you given her to help to raise the children?
I don't have a cash amount, but there's times I will send money and she'll send it back. She'll reject the payments, and I mean I've held her financed in other kinds of ways, giving her money when I can. But like I said, I would try to send money. She would always deny it, or she said she didn't need anything. But I mean, there's plenty of times I got plenty of messages, text messages just to verify where I would try to send them out and she'll reject the amount.
Okay.
So I mean,
If you're going to put a number to that, like an average number over the years, how much would it be?
Okay, that was me getting a phone call in Discord while I was recording this, but I think I managed to just stop that.
want to say that's kind of hard because I don't want to give a number that's not accurate. I mean, but I did try to send them, like I said, send them what I can, get them things that I can. When I would see them, I would pick them up and buy them stuff. But she was very limited for me to give her any kind of money. But like, again, I have proof where I've been trying to send money and she just rejects it.
How would you send the money?
Through text message, through Cash App, or through Zelle.
And she would reject it on that app?
Yeah, she would reject them.
Now, she says that she did receive $550 over the years. Do you remember when you sent that?
Uh, no, sir, I don't.
Okay. But you can't remember how much in a dollar amount, how much you sent her over the years.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Would you say it's in the thousands?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
She does not agree.
Did you want to communicate using AppClose, sir?
No, sir, I prefer the text for the same reason. Like I would try to, my fear using that app is that she would probably say that she didn't get it or I wasn't in it. That way I have proof and verification on my end that I am trying to get in contact with the kids. Like I said, my fear is that if I use that app, she'll probably reject it like she's been rejecting the money I would send.
Now, did you
And I'm not familiar with the app. I just
are you requesting non-disclosure of your address, sir? Do you have any
no,
safety
she knows-
concerns?
no, sir, not at all.
All right, did you want her to have non-disclosure? Are you against her having it?
Yes, sir, I'm against that because I mean, the right of my father, I want to see where my kids live at if they're in a good household, and I mean, just where I'm gonna be able to pick them up at, and like again, if I'm a big child support, I'm gonna be heavily involved of their school.
Oh, he said that one key phrase. If I'm gonna pay child support, sir, judges hate that. You're gonna pay child support, and then you're gonna do what the judge says that you're gonna do. And you don't really have any choice in the matter. Also, a bit creepy that she moved to get away from you, and now you're really going hard on getting her address. Creepy. Plus, she already suggested the chicken and pickle place. The pickle chicken, whatever it's called.
Activities and stuff like that. And then if she does the down and closing, my fear is that she won't let me go to any school activities or anything like that. That's the whole purpose of the address situation. Like I said, I want to be involved as much as I can with my kids at their school events and their activities and stuff.
Okay. And the pickup and drop off, she said that chicken and pickle, does that work for you, sir?
I'll preferably the address where they live at. I mean, honestly, from their house, from wherever they're living at.
Okay. Now, when the child support was calculated, it was based on the medical and dental that you are paying for the kids, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're paying $929 a month for medical and dental for your kids, correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay. And how long have you been how long have they been on your health and dental through your work?
Ever since they were born, I mean, ever since we're together, I've always had them on insurance. I've had on dental, vision, and a medical insurance. So when they were, I mean, ever since they were born, they've been on insurance. When we separated, they've still been on insurance. And again, I've sent her copies of the insurance cards, and she just rejects everything. But they have been on insurance. I have told her, even when we switched companies, I've sent her the copies of the insurance card.
Okay.
So she's been aware that they've had insurance this whole time.
And you want to continue covering them through your insurance and not have her through her insurance and reimburse her, correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Now this amount that you're covering, this is just for the kids?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is it for your other kids? Because you have 2 other kids. I don't know that
Pass
that's
the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any other testimony?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to just pause the hearing and let the people in from the waiting room.
Oh yeah, she's gonna do this, and I'm going to zip us forward because I remember. They brought in other people.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you'll be receiving a pop-up to join a virtual room. Once you hit join, you will be the only person in that room. It's going to be very quiet in there, but please remain in that room till someone from our staff can go in there and speak with you. Okay, Ms. Mouton, you'll be receiving a pop-up to join a virtual room.
Either of you, so I'm going to give you both.
Come back, Judge. I don't fit and I don't want to change it. Are you talking about me, Vince? I have not got any work done. So literally. Oh, I don't really want to be over there. I'd rather be over here. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
we are back on the record.
Okay.
And the state does not represent either of you, so I'm going to give you both a chance to speak. But before I do that, I actually have a few questions, possibly. Ma'am, it looks like your last name in the pleading was Martinez, but on the screen it's Chavez, which is his last name. Are you
Yes.
two married now?
Yes, we're still
When-
married.
When did you all marry?
We married 2019, February 14, 2019.
Okay, and you all lived together, I guess, until then?
We
Oh.
got together and in 2010, we
Sir,
just got married.
we've lost you. If you can stay on the screen, please. Not sure what happened.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. So you were together in 2010, married in 2015.
Mm-hmm. And we
Okay.
separated in August 2020.
Okay, so you think you all separated a year before he thinks you all separated?
No, we did separate in August 2020.
Okay, he testified 2021, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, I have knowledge of that. He don't really like to keep up with dates.
Okay. Did you all have joint bank accounts or anything as a married couple?
No.
Okay. Were you in an apartment or a house together?
In a house.
Did you buy that as a married couple or was it something one of you had beforehand?
Married couple.
Does someone still have the house?
He lives in it.
Okay. Okay. So as I said, the state does not represent either of you. I'm going to give you both a chance to speak. If there's something, there's some holes here. So if there's something you have a feeling about or agree or disagree with, please let me know. I didn't hear much about why or who wants to provide insurance, so I'm a little confused on that. Or if you disagree with the child support, please talk about that.
Okay.
I guess, ma'am, I'll let you start.
Okay. I don't feel safe him having my home address, with the simple fact that I have had problems with him following me and like just standing right outside where I stay. And I know that has nothing to do with the kids, but I just don't feel safe for myself. And the kids also get scared. Another thing, I have never not invite him to school events. He's always welcome to come. My kids play sports and he's always welcome to come. And I don't think that school events has nothing to do with where we live. You know, as long as he has where they go to school and he's up to date, look at the websites and stuff like that, he will be able to always be informed. I don't know nothing about that app either, like that communication app that the Gary was talking about, but I'm willing to learn because I feel like it's safer for the both of us. And I just think it's a really good communication. It won't be no misunderstandings or, like cuss words or nothing like that. He has not given me money other than the dates that I told Gary, which he was on January 24, 2024, he sent $250. January 11, 2024, he sent $300. April 22nd, 2024, he sent $300 and I sent him back because I had told him, let's go to do the child support. That way we can make everything legal. And he's saying, no, I'm not going to go through the government so I could give my kids money. But to me, that's the best option. It's better, it's clean. It's better to have understanding. And it's for the kids. It's not for me, it's not for him, it's for the kids. And that's all I have on my behalf. And on the insurance, I do have him on my insurance, but if he wants to have him on his insurance, I'll just remove them from mine and he can pay for it. It's okay.
Oh dear, she sounded really reasonable. That's not going to work well for him. She just conceded to the insurance thing. She's holding firm on the address thing, and that makes her look more credible when she concedes on other things. It doesn't seem like she's fighting just to fight. That's my opinion. That's what I'm getting the vibe of. Let's see what he has to say.
Mr. Chavez, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, ma'am. As far as the only thing that the whole purpose of knowing where my kids live at, because she's in a crazy relationship, and there's proof where she had called me last year where her and her partner got into argument, and her partner was following her, chasing her, and I had to pick the kids up at the police department. That's the only reason I'm concerned about where my kids live at, my kids' safety from her partner. It has nothing to do with her. It's just the safety of my kids. If I get a call to pick them up, I want to know where to pick them up at. I don't want to be in the middle of the night going to that pickle place where she's talking about. Just
I'm
the
sorry,
safety from my
can you slow
kids.
down a little? So could you just change topic? So you're opposed to chicken and pickle?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
the reason why I don't. I mean, it's has nothing to. It's just for the safety for my kids, where they live at. If I have to pick them up in the middle of the night or whenever she gets arguing with her partner, I know exactly where they're at to go pick them up. And the whole address about me knowing where she lives at, I mean, is like again, it has nothing to do with her. Just she would try to keep the kids away from me, and me trying to see my kids. I got messages where the
So
kids
this
want to
might
see
make
me,
you
but
feel better. The part of what you're in court for is for me to do a court order that's
okay.
not debatable, not discussions. You have the right to get the children. So
Yes,
if
ma'am.
she doesn't give you the children and it's your time to get the children, I'm not saying it's easy, but you have a legal remedy now. It's not
Okay,
supposed to be a
perfect.
discussion. This is supposed to, for lack of a better word, take some of the power away from both of you and make this about the
Okay.
children. So it's not
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
be
I
a
understand.
request for child support or a request to see the children. You're both going to be court ordered, and there's going to be
Okay.
clarity for both of you. So I don't know if that helps with some of your concerns. But you will have the right to get your children. Now, if something crazy is happening on either sides, where's police involved in danger, that you're in another world at that point, and you all have to make decisions and maybe talk to lawyers about what the best choice is at that point. But for regular day-to-day stuff, you have an order.
Correct.
So anyway, please continue. I just want to make sure you knew that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything so far. It's just the picking up the kids. I mean, that's where I guess we're not agreeing on the location where to pick up the kids.
Okay, and so you want her house. Is there a second choice that you have besides her house?
No, ma'am.
And when you say you're in agreement, so you're in agreement with the back child support request?
No, ma'am, that's not an, I'm agreeing with that. I mean, I want to go with the attorney just on my end about the amount, the balance or whatever.
Okay, well,
That,
slow down. Did you just say you want to hire an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is this the first time you've said that? It's the first time I've heard it.
Yes, ma'am. The reason I'm saying that because
Mhm.
we did have a joint account where she was taking money out. I mean, we first separated, I always told her that that account was for whatever the kids need. And there's a sufficient amount of money where she was taking out. I mean, I do have
No,
proof of all that stuff. So there's, we did have a joint account where she was taking money out.
No, may I speak?
No, we're not going down this path right now. I'm going to do a
Okay.
temporary orders today. I don't even think you were served, ma'am, is the first setting. So if he wants to consult a lawyer regarding some of these issues, this is 4D court. People don't always even know what they're coming in for. I'm going to do a temporary order. You can both consult lawyers, and then come back for a final trial. Anything can be addressed on final trial, but this will at least get something in place for you all to start with. Then you can better come back to, it'll give you a chance. I'm going to put the app close in there so you'll both actually get a chance to use it. If there's concerns at that point, you can both honestly talk about them and not guess that it's going to be a problem, so that I can better determine if it will work for you all or not. It'll hopefully get some visitation set up and we'll kind of go from there. And this will give you both a chance to consult lawyers. $70,000 is a large back child support request. I'm not saying it's not warranted or that it isn't. But I certainly could understand someone wanting to consult a lawyer about that number. It's large. And so, okay. I'm going to do a temporary order. And I will name you two joint managing conservators. And ma'am, you'll have the right to determine the primary residence of the children.
Okay, do we think that she will give the address, or will we go with the chicken and pickle? That's what you get to vote for right now in the chat. Get your votes in. Will she require the chicken and pickle location, or will there be another? Get your guesses in the chat. Also, just to let everybody know, we have about, how many minutes left? Maybe 10 more minutes left of this case. And that's the only case we're doing tonight. I have plans. So that's that. This is your warning.
Within Galveston and contiguous counties. I'm going to order the standard possession order with pickup and drop off now at the chicken and pickle. I will say I have concern about long-term there only because it's relatively new and I don't know if it's going to stay forever. Right now, pickleball is very hot. It might not stay hot. And then you're going to be going to a location that, I mean, there's other stuff there now. They're building other stuff, so you probably can come up with another option.
Okay.
I'm just concerned it might not be the most stable of options. Not that anything stays forever, but it seems particularly like a possible flighty thing. But for now, we'll go and you might all like it. You might all hate it. You might find that that's the worst traffic in the world in that exit, but I'm not sure. Actually, we finished the construction over there, so it shouldn't be too bad. So the pickup and drop offs at Chicken and Pickle. I'm going to grant the non-disclosure, not an FEI finding or anything like that, Mr. Dehumeji, just the non-disclosure. In order they communicate through app close. I am also ordering, and this is part of the standard possession, part of the joint managing conservatorship, but just so it's clear, she must disclose to him the school that the children attend, school or schools. They could go to different schools. And name him as someone to be notified in case of emergency. Not sure if there's anything you need to do to give him access to like Skyward or something. But if there is, please do it, ma'am. I think you can just sign up for it yourself, sir. But you might need her to do something since she was the original person to probably enroll the kids.
No, he is on a
He's on it.
Skyward.
Okay, so sir, you
Yeah,
have
and the
Skyward
emergency-
access, Mr. Chavez?
Excuse me, what was that?
You have Skyward access to see what's going on with the kids?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay, you might want to Google Skyward. It sounds like she's given you access. So you probably need to sign up yourself for that, for the children.
So, I mean, once I sign up there, is there like a code or is there somebody's name or how do I know how to use it? Because honestly, I haven't used it.
You're gonna have to struggle like every other parent in CCISD. They do have some instructions online, but I'm not saying they're the best or the worst. That it's a little wonky sometimes, the program, but I mean, no one really gets any better instructions, sir. You might want to reach out to the school.
Okay.
I think it's a school program.
Okay. And I guess for now, I'm gonna order that insurance be through Mr. Shadez. And child support will
Okay.
be set, based on the testimony of Miss Young Fleeton. And so that was $1,875 per month. And that gives credit for both the disabled child and the child he pays child support for, correct, Mr. Dehamian?
No, Your Honor. So when I did that, I left the disabled child off. I wanted to wait to see how he would rule first. So I'd have to recalculate that.
So he has two children. Oh, the two
He-
children on the case and one outside. Okay.
No,
Do you have any case law either way, Mr. Dehamian, or law on that issue?
Your Honor, he's got two kids in this case. One child outside this case he pays child support on, and one child living in his household who is disabled.
Yes. Do you have any law on that issue?
No, I could look it up real quick.
Ah, I understand. So yes, it's like a school connection system.
Okay, for now, I'm going to give him credit for that other child based on section 159.123, additional factors for the court to consider. I recommend anyone who has strong feelings about that ruling come back with some law to support their position, whatever that position is.
Let me recalculate that, Your Honor, since you're going to give him credit for that.
He's gonna recalculate that. So they're giving him credit for the adult disabled child. I'm sure there's
Your Honor,
case law on that.
two children in this case, two children outside this case, that would bring his child support to $1,719 a month.
And just to be clear, sir, I think you said it was, but that's 929 does not, that's just for these two children. That does not include the disabled child or the other child you pay child support for,
That's
health insurance and dental. Are you still with us, Mr. Shadez?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, so that 929 that you pay for insurance, that does not include what you pay for the disabled child living with you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and it does not include anything you're providing for the other child you pay support for?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm ordering that he provide the medical and the dental support and that Mr. Shadez paid to Ms. Shadez $1,719 each month, beginning August 1st, 2024, monthly thereafter. The back child support we're gonna address at final trial. Can I read just non-disclosure? And we're gonna wait on court costs as well. And what dates are available to come back, Mr. Dehamian? I'm thinking October, September, November.
Is September 30 too quick?
I'm sorry.
Should give them time to consult lawyers.
September 30, 8:30?
So early
That
for me.
works for me.
What time was that? I'm sorry.
8:30?
That works for me.
And if either of you do consult lawyers, hire lawyers, please be sure to let them know that date. And it's through Zoom again, the same Zoom code. The AG's office is going to draft this temporary order based on my ruling today, and they'll send it to both of you to review and to sign off on. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to.
Another question. What would I be able to be able to see my kids?
The AG's office will go through that with you in the back, but I'm ordering that you have the standard possession order, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So they'll send you the order. It'll have all the details in there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to stop the recording.
And she did. She did stop the recording. That was it. That was all. Now, I got a lot more court today, but like I said, I have plans with my daughter. And so that is where we will end it for tonight. I would like to say a fuck you to StreamYard, which worked perfectly tonight, but that's great. Hopefully that bodes well for a good week for us. I thought that was a very interesting case, MB. And there was only me and one other person watching that case while I was recording it, so I don't know. I get suckered in sometimes. Also, found a new referee or judge that we'll watch tomorrow. And also got some Braun Lick today. So we're in good stead for the week. But I think that Thurston was a wash today, but that's okay. Anyways, I really appreciate each and every one of you sticking around. If you could do me a favor, like the video, it's super helpful. Also, subscribe if you haven't yet already. And remember that I love you. I am proud of you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.